Hey everybody, welcome back to YouTube and with Mark at UNBLibraries. Here's a picture of me on my bicycle enjoying the lovely fall weather here in New Brunswick. But enough about me. This week it's all about ERIC, our premier education-oriented database. We have ERIC on two platforms here at UNB, EBSCO and ProQuest. And so what we're going to do is talk about how to find ERIC on both platforms, conduct a fairly simple search, retrieve full text of articles and PhD dissertations, and export citations from each of the ERIC versions to RefWorks. As always, we're going to start on the library website www.lib.unb.ca. The easiest way to access both versions of ERIC from the website are to click on the Article Databases tab and to then browse for databases by title. Now we can see, scrolling down alphabetically, ERIC on EBSCO and ProQuest are listed. On this intervening page, when you click on this, if you're off campus, and there's a good chance that you are off campus, you will be invited to log in with your UNB credentials. I, however, am on campus this morning, and so when I click on it, it takes me directly to ERIC on the EBSCO platform. I'm going to go back and also open up ERIC on the ProQuest platform. Some of you may be familiar with this interface because we, in fact, receive a number of databases in this very ProQuest platform, and you can access those by clicking on this Searching One Database in the upper left of the page. And so we can see that CBCA, a Canadian-oriented database with education content, is accessible here. Dissertations and theses, eBrary ebooks, and any number of other databases. And so you could search these in tandem with ERIC if you so chose, or else switch to other databases. ERIC also on the EBSCO platform has a similar option. When you click on Choose Databases here, you can see all the databases that we subscribe to on the EBSCO platform apart from ERIC, including Academic Search Premier, PsycInfo, and also an ebook collection. So starting at ERIC on EBSCO, I'm going to search for differentiated instruction. I'm going to place those terms in quotes so that I search them as a phrase and combine that with action research. And then click on search. ERIC returns 18 results in this case. We could refine our results to only include peer-reviewed items. However, I don't find that this function works perfectly with all searches, and so you're better off evaluating your search results one by one to determine their utility. We can see in this case some theses are coming up first, and that they are accessible directly from ERIC as a full text link. Number 6 here, Doors of Change, Capacity Building to Differentiated Instruction, does not contain a direct full text link. Instead, it's inviting us to check for full text here. However, we can see that it's indicating that this is a ProQuest accessible educational dissertation. So let's go to the ProQuest screen and run the same search. We can see from ProQuest that it provides some syntactic cues as well, such as brackets and ors and whatnot, and this can be useful if you know how to use them, which will be the topic of next week's video. In any case, let's just do a search now. Notice that we're retrieving one more result than in the EBSCO interface. So we have 19 instead of 18, and I'm not entirely sure why this is, but it may have to do with how recently the ProQuest version has been updated versus the EBSCO. I'm not entirely sure. They're more or less the same results, however, and we can see that the second one, doors of change, capacity building to differentiate an instruction, from the ProQuest version has a link directly to the full text, which is not in the case with the EBSCO version. If we go down to the first one here where there isn't a direct link to full text, we can see that we can check for full text, and it tries to match up the ERIC results with UNBLibrary subscriptions, and when it finds a match, it returns a full text link for us. And so we can go directly to the article this way. This is not always the case, however, from search results. Let's try number 8 here. In this case, it's telling us that the online resource is not found, and so we could request the item, log in with our UNB credentials, same ones you would use to access your e-services or Desire to Learn. It takes us to a form where the only thing you really have to check is to ensure that the email address is correct. Click this little acceptance of terms and press submit. From there, you will receive a notification email that your request has been submitted, and then within roughly 48 to 72 hours, you'll receive another email with a link directly to that full text, at which point you would be well advised to click on it immediately and save the document, as the access is time limited. From EBSCO, if you want to export results to RefWorks, you would add them to a folder. When you were done, you'd go to that folder, select your items, click on Export. Remove these items from the folder after saving. If you're going to conduct some further searching in the database, click on Save, and it would take you to RefWorks, at which point you would log in. And the import's been completed. If you don't have a RefWorks account, then in the stable of tutorials where you found this one, there are also a couple having to do with RefWorks, which would be of use to you at this point. Going back to the ProQuest version, it's a little bit different in this case. What you can do is you can check selected items, and from there choose Export, Save, and RefWorks. Notice as well that both from ProQuest and EBSCO versions you can email and print these as well. It takes you to this interface, and everything looks good. Because we've already logged into RefWorks when using the EBSCO version, we didn't have to log in again, and here we are. Some other things you want to explore in both of the interfaces as well are how subject headings appear in your search results, and can be leveraged in running follow-up searches. And that's it for this week. Have a great day.